Hello, everyone. This is Mike B, the Dark God of the Klippa. Woo, the Silver Devil. I'd like to talk about a subject that I've talked about before with you guys. And this subject is on possession. Okay. First of all, there are two kinds of basic possession. I'm making this a specific video. If you've heard this material before, bear with me. There is beneficent possession, which is good possession, which is beneficial to you as the person accepting the spirit into you and possessing you. Okay, then there is malevolent possession. That's like some shit on The Exorcist or The Conjuring. Not cool. Okay. How do we know who's going to get what? Well, chances are pretty good if you are a left hand path magician in good standing with the spirits, they probably aren't going to fuck with you at all unless you ask them to. You see, a lot of spirits really don't like possessing human beings. Why? Because they go from being formless, limitless, and extremely powerful in a higher world to being in a bag of stinky meat. Yeah, not cool for them. It's very disorienting, too. You sometimes see people rock back and forth like this. Sometimes mentally ill people do this. That is a really good indicator that they've got a spirit inside of them because that makes the spirit feel weightless. It makes the spirit feel more comfortable. Okay. Beneficent possession is like when a spirit takes a hold of you and there is something that we call transference. The spirit transfers knowledge or an ability to you and it becomes yours, either temporarily or permanently. Knowledge such as stones, herbs, astrology, certain kinds of magic, what have you. Okay, that happens. It's happened to me. Azazel taught me how to use stones, and now I blend stones in different patterns and make a lot of nice stuff. I didn't know how to do that before Azazel got me. I have no idea when I learned. It was like being able to access memories that I never had before and information that I simply knew but didn't know how I knew. Really cool. That's an example of beneficent possession. Let's talk for a minute about malevolent possession. Who gets malevolently possessed typically? Well, there's going to be a lot of people out here that don't like what I'm about to say. And as always, when that happens, I don't give a fuck. Okay, this is my YouTube, not yours. Alright? If you don't like the content, please, by all means, kick rocks. I'm kicking you the facts. Alright, that's all I'm doing. I'm just kicking you the facts. I'm keeping it real with you. Okay. Now, Christians, Muslims, Jews, certain types of Hindu worshippers, okay, certain kinds of animist or spirit worshippers, okay, and occasionally demonology practitioners get malevolent possession too. I've seen it happen, okay, not often, but it does happen. Why does that happen, and who does it happen to specifically? If you are living a double life, and by that I mean on the outside you are a good Christian with good morals, integrity, honesty, respect, but inside you're not that person. You're someone different. It's not, it's incongruent. Okay? Like you're a pedophile or a crook or a liar or somebody ugly inside. Demons, in particular, fallen angels, love those people. They are food for those people. When those people get possessed, man, they get punished. I, I do this for a living, guys, and I've seen it, and it's bad. Man, it's it's bad. Like it's so bad, I don't even want to offer that service to other people because I don't even want the money that bad. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's bad. All right. Are demons the only spirits that possess people? No, 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 no. Elementals, gods, fae, jinn, um, I have never heard in what I consider to be a reputable case of angelic possession. I'm sorry. They have rules. They know they can't do it. They know that. Okay? Maybe they do and they just know they can't. But that's when those wings get cut and they go ahead and join the other side. Angels can't get involved sexually with humans either. If you think that they can, no, they can't. Why don't you go ask a rabbi, okay? Because they're not going to involve themselves in sexual relations with you. They can't. Look, they can't even look at you naked. They will look away if it's really an angel. You don't think I'm bullshitting if you want to. You could just go ask a rabbi. Is he going to make it up? Is he culturally appropriating and you're the one that's right if you disagree? No, you're not the one that's right. You're culturally appropriating from his shit, and him and his people were the ones that kicked it to us, and we need to respect that. Angels are not going to fuck around with humans and get involved in relationships like that. It's just not going to happen. Okay, moving on. I'm sorry if you think that does happen. It's cool to have angel guides and shit, but don't take it too far, man. It turns into LARP. LARP is live action role playing, and that's what happens to people that really don't have much of a personal life or a social life and want to engage or say they engage in some kind of spiritual activities in order to have friends or have something to talk about. That's bad. Don't do that. Okay. Now, more about malevolent possession. You need to understand that there are about 4 basic stages to a good old-fashioned malevolent possession. The first stage, being tested or being tempted, okay? Think of it like this. You work for a bank. You're not a very important person. Maybe you're a cashier. You work a lot of long hours, and your pay is pretty much garbage because you don't have a degree and you aren't in the process of getting one. Time passes, and special responsibilities are given to you, but you're not given a raise. So you begin to have thoughts. Well, you know, they're never going to notice if such and such comes up missing. Maybe I could take a little bit and it wouldn't be a big deal. No, I shouldn't. That would be dishonest. Well, then the spirit is going to start speaking to you. And you're not going to know it's a spirit because you, the muggle, not you, the listener now. I'm saying you, the muggle. The muggle has no way to distinguish his own thoughts from that of a spirit actually transmitting thoughts to him, sitting on his shoulder, whispering in his ear dark things, okay? Now, sometime or another, that person is going to make an act on that idea. They may not go through with the plan fully, but they're going to take an overt step towards it, okay? Next will come oppression. The demon will have been successful, or the spirit, typically demon, and he is going to call his principal, such as a goetic spirit or a higher ranking demonic infernal spirit. Okay? This spirit is going to say, oh wow, we got a live one. Great, that's good. And he's going to show up himself, or he's going to send more of his troops, okay? And we will go into stage 2, oppression. Oppression is when there are multiple demons drilling you day and night, trying to get you to do the wrong thing. And you know it to be the wrong thing. Could be illegal, could be immoral, could be both. Hard to say. Hard to say. The bottom line was, you knew better, and you didn't do better. And nobody put a gun to your head. But at this stage, the psychic pressure is almost unbearable. And you believe, most likely, that this is your idea, not anybody else's. Stage 3, overshadowing. Continuing down the path of overt actions, the person may have stolen something by this point. And when they did, they felt a great rush of energy, positive reinforcement. So they'll likely do it again, and again, and again. At this point, their personality is changing. Their morals are changing. See, a person isn't guided by what they're running their mouth about, saying that I'm guided by Jesus. No. Watch what somebody does, not says. A person's real values are reflected in their actions, not what they're running off at the mouth about, okay? Now at stage 3, that's changing. The morals are changing. The values are changing, okay? They become not like themselves, and people are noticing it and saying, I wonder what got into Dave. He doesn't seem like himself. At this point, there's trouble sleeping, terrible dreams, and so on and so forth. Now, if this continues unchecked, okay, and at this point you really need a deliverance or exorcism to get the fuck out of this, okay? Because by stage 3, they're all over you, okay? Now, stage 4, the walls of your mind have crumbled and you have let them in, probably because they hit the wall so hard and threatened you that you had to let them in. But you need to understand something. In every step of this, there was a strong, overt element of consent that the victim had to give the spirit. They couldn't take the pressure, they didn't know what was wrong with them, so they just stopped fighting. Okay, that was their consent. Sorry, that's just how it works. Okay, now the spirits are fully inside. The person is in stage 4 possession, that is puppetry. At this point, they are not running the show anymore. They are a quiet little voice that is far away and can no longer control the motor functions, the faculty of volition, their own free will. Okay, that's a wrap. Now, this is where you read the newspaper and you see father of 4 kills wife, 2 children, or kills wife, children, and then himself. Guys, wake up. Almost no one in their right fucking mind would do something like that. That's crazy as a motherfucker. I know a lot of crazy people, and they don't do shit like that, okay? When a spirit that's a monster has control of you, it will make you do a lot of crazy shit, and as soon as it's over with, and you're dead, well, it's going to drag you off to the infernal place. If it didn't kill you, then as soon as you go to prison for whatever you did, the heinous, they're not going to stick around with you, man. They don't want to do time. They're going to kick off and go to somebody else. That's how they get down. Now, where am I getting this information? Well, I do this for a living, number 1. And number 2, if you read Robert Bruce's book on psychic self-defense, you're going to hear pretty much what I just told you in different language, but it's all there. All the content is there. And it's factual, in my experience. So, what does this really all mean? It means learn to distinguish the thoughts in your own mind, because I'm thinking of a pink elephant right now. I chose to think of that. Okay? I'm choosing it now. It's my thought, not yours, not his, it's mine. Now a thought comes into my mind of robbing an ice cream truck and running off with the proceeds and going gambling. Hold on, G. I don't think about robbing ice cream trucks. Red flag. What do you do then? Grab that thought and walk it backwards on a rope. Find where it came from. Feel your way to it. You will feel the entity, and when you find him, look at him like you're a real cocksucker. Tell him very clearly, I acknowledge you, but I am not interested. Period. You have not disrespected anyone, but you have asserted your rights to the sovereignty of your own mind. When you hear a thought that you know isn't yours, reject it, or follow it back and tell the offending spirit to stop. That's my advice to you. Now, thank you for listening to this. If you have any questions about the subject of possession, please, by all means, ask in the comments section, and I'll try to answer your questions as best as I can. It's a lot easier to not get possessed by fucked up spirits than to have an exorcism, okay? And it's a lot cheaper, because I charge a lot, because it's ugly, okay? When I have to do an exorcism, guys, I have seen some shit that would turn you white, okay? I mean, really bad, like frothing at the mouth, at the navel. How do you get froth in your navel? How does that happen? Well, it did. Motherfucker shaking and shucking and jiving like this, like all stiff and jerky and weird because it's not a human being running the show, it's a spirit. And the spirit doesn't know how to operate a body. Motherfuckers cursing like a Russian sailor with Tourette's syndrome, puking, shitting themselves, screaming. Bro, you don't ever want to see that. Ever. I'm telling you straight up, man, that's some bad shit. Now, I work with the infernal spirits a lot. So when I encounter an infernal spirit that I'm being paid to get rid of, I say, hey, my man, listen, why don't you take my hand and come with me to the temple of Citrakra? Why don't you come with me to the temple of the banquet tree? I'll give you a place in the temple of honor, and we'll work together, and we'll manifest our dreams side by side. I've had a couple that were like, well, okay, that's a pretty good deal, because the alternative is you're going to get ripped out of that body and beat silly and cast into wherever, or bound into an object and tossed somewhere for a long time, or whatever else I deem necessary in that situation. Or if it really, really gets ugly, fuck it, Michael Archangel can show up and you can just explain yourself to him. Not me, fuck it, I don't care. You may say, well, Mike, how do you do that if you're working with the Infernal? Well, you know what, here's the thing. Just because you work with the Infernal doesn't mean every single one of your goals is always going to align with every single member of the Infernal hierarchy. Sorry, it's not going to happen. There's going to be times when my getting paid to do an exorcism is going to take precedence over its desire to have a human host. Sorry, that's just tough shit. That's just the way the ball bounces. The greater force is going to be the one that prevails. Sorry. I gave you an opportunity to make this smooth and easy, okay? And then the client would be pissed. They'd think, oh my God, he took my money and did nothing. No, I took your money and got that spirit out of you without having to rip it out of your fucking soul, okay? Like, when you have to rip it out, ooh, man, it leaves marks. You are not the same after that, just to let you know. If you are a beginner, be real careful about evoking spirits and thinking that you're hot shit, because chances are really good you're going to get in over your head if you're not trained or you don't know what you're doing. And if that happens, possession, very easy to happen. Possession is also easy to happen if you're drunk, high on drugs, hanging out with fucked up people that are filled with parasites. You need to keep good company. And by that, I don't mean good like, oh, Jesus is your savior. No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about people with integrity, people with honesty, people with dignity, people with character, people with strength. That's what I'm talking about. People that don't cater to parasites. That's who you need to fuck with. Fuck with reputable motherfuckers, okay? And that's just from me to you. I like you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for being my subscribers. Thank you for listening to this. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe. And if you didn't, it's cool. Keep moving. It's all right. And I will get with you guys very soon. I've got some cool interviews upcoming, and I look forward to seeing everybody again. So good night. This is Mike B., the Dark God of the Klippa, the Silver Devil. Peace.